Hello, my relatives. This is a really sad day for Minnesota. That's what this is. For 5 years, we have tried to make Minnesota make the right decision here. And this is a case where they could have done the right thing for all of us. There is no reason that they should have made that decision. We have tried everything. The fact that the Department of Commerce and the administrative law judge clearly said that this pipeline should not be granted a permit nor a certificate of need. And the fact that the Public Utilities Commission did something which is unprecedented, which is to rule against both of those decisions, is a mockery of a system. I'm someone that wants civil society to work in Minnesota. For 5 years, have come down to this commission. For 5 years, I've come here to protect my water, to protect my future generations, and to protect my rights. I have been joined by all of these people, and we have stood here. And we are standing on the right side of history. And we're going to continue to stand on the right side of history, because someone has to stand for the water. Someone has to stand for future generations. What they have done to us today is egregious. It is egregious what they have done not only to the Ojibwe people, but to the people of Minnesota. They have taken our Sandy Lake, which is the equivalent of the Wounded Knee Massacre of Minnesota, and said we will lay pipe across it. And that is what we will do. And for 5 years, we have tried to make the system work, but Minnesota and Enbridge have asked us if this is going to be like Standing Rock, and they have gotten their Standing Rock. That is what they have done. The fact is that all of us will fight through every regulatory process that is available to us. We will do everything that is needed to stop this pipeline, and then we will stand. And so what I'm going to tell you is that what you know, is that we have asked people to come to Minnesota. You know, Minnesota has a welcome fishermen and welcome hunter signs throughout the north. And we have said it is time to welcome water protectors. So we're asking you to come. It is time to come to Minnesota to protect the water because we value it. And so we are saying that I'm inviting you to come now to begin to learn about our beautiful water, our Anishinaabe people, our wild rice, and to stand with us because we will all need it. As the time goes ahead, you know, we will see how this will all work out. But what I tell you is that we are not backing down. We are here, we will stand here because we have been here for 10,000 years. We're the home team, and we're not going anywhere. Miigwech, thank you. Indeed, that is how we consider food. Food has a culture, it has history, it has stories, it has relationships that tie us to our food. Food is more than something you just buy at the store, something that just doesn't have a stamp on it. In our community, we are told a long time ago by our prophets, our Anishinaabe people lived on the eastern seaboard. And we're related to those people out there, the Wampanoags and others. And we were instructed by our prophets that we should follow a shell which appeared in the sky. And in following that shell, we would arrive at the place where the food grows upon the water. And that food that grows upon the water is manoman, or wild rice. So we were instructed by the Creator to move here, Omaha King, to this place. And our wild rice, our manoman, is our most sacred food. It is a food that is first food given to a child when they can eat solid. It is last food before you pass into the spirit world. It's for all our feasts and all our ceremonies. It is very important to us. And we, as you know, we fought hard and long to keep our rice and to keep it good. This is a picture of Nokomis and Nana Buju. That's our spirit beings from who we descend, making wild rice. And this is my community today. Do pretty much the same thing as we did for 1,000 years. We got an aluminum canoe now instead of a birch bark. Hard to get trees that size these days. But we still rice. And in the month that is called Manomanake Gizis, wild rice making moon, August into September,
You'll see our people go out on the lakes, and we feel a great joy when we go out there with our 2 sticks in a canoe, go out there and harvest the rice. Sometimes it's tall or short or fat or skinny or looks like a bottle brush or looks all punked out. It's diverse. And that's how we can keep it, because when a wind comes through, it blows off some of the rice, doesn't blow off other rice. There's great diversity, in that. We still parch it the same way over a fire. You can dance on your rice in your new moccasins. We do pretty much the same thing for all these years, and that defines us as Anishinaabe people.
go on because there are people who should testify. But in the evidentiary hearings, we were not allowed to call witnesses or recall witnesses. Each of you testified, and then said someone else would answer that question. You compartmentalized your answers so we could not get the answers. That does not work. We actually want the full answers so we can disclose this to our community. I would like to have absolute transparency as to how you would decommission something that is the first of probably 3 or 4 pipes you're going to try to leave for us to take care of. We would like some answers. I understand that may not be now, but I would like the Department of Commerce to ensure that there is a process for full disclosure for our community.
It's time to end the fossil fuel infrastructure. I mean, these people on this reservation, they don't have adequate infrastructure for their houses. They don't have adequate energy infrastructure. They don't have adequate highway infrastructure, and they're looking at a $3.9 billion pipeline that will not help them. It will only help oil companies. So that's why we're here. We're here to protect this land.
You opposed.
What we opposed, yeah. So for 4 years, the Enbridge company said that they absolutely needed a pipeline that would go from Clearbrook, Minnesota to Superior, Wisconsin. That was the critical and only possible route. They proposed a brand new route that would go through the heart of our best wild rice lakes and territory, skirting the reservations but within our treaty territory. They did not consult with us, and they made some serious errors in their process. They underestimated what was going to happen there. And so for 4 years, we battled them in the Minnesota regulatory process, which is a process which is more advanced and slightly more functional than North Dakota's regulatory process, which, from what I can see, is largely non-existent. And in that process, we attended every hearing, we intervened legally, we rode our horses against the current of the oil, we had ceremonies, and they canceled the pipeline. That's what they did after 4 years. Very, very ardent opposition by Minnesota citizens, tribal governments, tribal people, on that line. And that pipeline, big problem. We still have 6 pipelines in northern Minnesota to go to Superior, the furthest inland port. But the new proposals are not going to happen there. Enbridge has said that they still want to continue with their proposals for Line 3. The first pipeline they want to abandon. The beginning of a whole new set of problems in North America, the abandoning of 50-year-old pipelines with no regulatory clarity as to who is responsible. And so we are opposing them on that they cannot abandon, and they still cannot get a new route. But when they announced that, in my area, I could have said, hey, good luck, y'all, we beat it here, good luck. But no, we said we're going to follow them out here too, because we believe that, we could spend our lives fighting one pipeline after another, but someone needs to challenge the problem and say, this is not the way to go, America. This is not the way to go. Native and non-native people, and there are a lot of people that just, do not believe that this should happen anymore in this country, that are very willing to put themselves on the line. Non-Indian people, as well as tribal members, and they are here, and it is a beautiful place to defend. Each day or each week, there's some new leak, there's some new catastrophe in the fossil fuel industry, as well as the ongoing and growing catastrophe of climate change. The fact that there is no rain in Syria has directly to do with these fossil fuel companies. All of the catastrophes that are happening elsewhere in the world has to do with the fact that, North America is retooling its infrastructure and going after the dirtiest oil in the world, the tar sands oil and the oil out of North Dakota, the fracked oil, rather than, they were working with Venezuela. It also has to do with crushing Venezuela, because Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world. And rather than do business with Venezuela, they were bound and determined to take oil from places that did not want to give it up and create this filthy infrastructure. So this carbon, this oil is very heavy in carbon and will add hundreds of millions of tons of CO2 to the environment if these pipelines are allowed through. So that is, it affects everybody. Theoretically, they say that they like, the Indians returning land and getting land back to Indians. Yeah, that's good. We understand that things were done wrong to Indians. That's how people talk. We understand that things went wrong to Indians, but when I ask for our land back, inside our reservation, I'm not talking about throwing white people off, I'm talking about federal land holdings inside our reservation. 45,000 acres of federal land holdings. They won't support return of that land. What they say, the reasons they won't support it is because they said, first of all, that right now, because it's held by U.S. Department of Fish and Wildlife, that they have a say in how it's managed. And if it's returned to the Indians, they won't have a say. And I said, when I heard them say that to me, I said, you didn't seem to notice when they were clear cutting over there on that refuge. And you didn't seem to take any notice when they were putting pesticides over it, and you didn't want to have your say then. But when we want our land back, you are opposed to it. And the fact is that our tribe has more stringent environmental laws than the state of Minnesota and the federal government. But you're afraid of us having control over our land, and I fundamentally believe that's racism. Because they don't believe that we could handle our land. I said, we didn't cause any extinction of species on our reservation. Who caused extinction of species in our area is non-Indians and the federal government. We didn't cause any extinction. But it's fundamental issues that are deeply rooted issues of racism and a perception that Indian people or people of color are not as able as white people to take care of things, whatever it is, and that somehow white people are better at it, better managers. And so we fight those issues all the time, and there's there's this thinking about it. It's kind of this intellectual thing. We understand what happened to the Indians was wrong, and we'd like to fix that. But when it comes down to it, they don't want to fix it. So that's the fundamental issues that it's a struggle that we face. Is calling people to task on that, and over time trying to get them to support us, because the reality is that the federal government will not return land to us unless the white people say the federal government should return land to us.